Yeah, so not only am I the world record holder, I absolutely smashed the world record like 4 hours ago in the practice room. So you're in for a treat.
Yeah.
I hope, unless I mess it up. I'm here with my partner.
I'm Kobazco. I'm just here for commentary, and I did help route this a little bit.
You did help route this. We routed this game. We routed this category like when the game came out together, which was super cool.
Yeah.
So it's actually incredible to be here running this now. This is all question mark panels. I will be collecting all 150 question mark panels in the free roam mode. This is basically what if Mario Kart was a 3D collectathon platformer, and it is absolutely as cool as it sounds. So this run goes very, very quickly. I will be talking a lot and explaining a lot of things. That said, if you see something cool, if you want to get hype, go right ahead. I don't mind, but I probably will have to keep talking. But yeah, you are all welcome to get into it. Speaking of getting into it, I am going to start from a new file. We need to start from a new file. Time does not start right away. Time starts after the first load. I will count it in. I literally am using my phone as a timer to help me out. But with that said, I'm going to get going, and you can start explaining why we do this.
Yeah, the reason why we start from a new file is because when you enter free roam, it plops you down wherever you did your last course.
That didn't count.
Wow, reset already?
Okay. I didn't start my timer to sync it.
Because when we start from a brand new save file, there's an opening cutscene of Mario driving towards the screen in the first area, Mario Bros. Circuit, where he says Mario Kart World, except it doesn't sound like World. There's basically same spot.
3, 2, 1, go.
And you'll notice like the traffic there's like a semi-truck near him. The traffic RNG is basically the same every time you start from a brand new file. Right away though, as soon as Helix gets control, we're gonna be swapping off of Mario. Get that plumber off our screen.
Yeah, I want this plumber off my screen.
What's your character choice?
Para Bitty Bud.
Yeah.
My best friend.
Basically, any character in the lightest weight class will work. Technically, Baby Daisy is faster. However,
Shush.
Para Bitty
Don't
Bud
don't tell people that. Yeah, I will be immediately switching to Para Bitty Bud on the Mock Rocket. That is because these characters have high acceleration and high handling and a high mini turbo stat as well. And we're doing a lot of starting and stopping and weird stuff because this is not your standard Mario Kart run, as I was alluding to earlier. You're going to see a lot of the new Mario Kart mechanics, rail grinding, wall rides. I can do multiple tricks in the air. There's charge jumping. There's a whole lot of stuff going on here. I will explain it as we go, and it is a lot to get through. You're going to see the first instance right there of what I like to call an object boost. If you trick at like a pole or an item, an object of sorts, usually like a thin object, you see it right there, you get like a little extra boost in the air, a little extra height, and that ends up being incredibly useful. I am now going to map warp away before getting this panel. Don't worry, it's fine. Do not panic.
She gets it in the load.
Yep, we get it during the load, so that allows us to just warp away early. Hey, I got good RNG. Round of applause for this glider truck for being here.
Like I kind of mentioned when we started the new save file, it makes the you have the same traffic RNG, but the glider truck isn't always there. It's a little bit random still, but
it's like 70% consistent.
It's consistent like enough.
It's consistent enough for runs to somewhat rely on it. I
that
barely
was
made
close.
that. I was really hoping to have a mushroom.
It's all a lot
here,
more difficult than it may seem. She's just that good at the game.
Oh yeah, no, this run is absurdly difficult. I do some wild stuff, but I've practiced
rewinding.
A lot. Yes, rewinding, you will see a lot. This helps us backtrack. It also just helps me back up if I make a mistake. Hopefully that doesn't happen. It probably will. This run's hard. And there are a couple of quirks with rewinding. If I am not holding accelerate, I will stop in place with no speed when I end the rewind. If I am holding accelerate, I will keep my speed. And usually I want to keep my speed. Occasionally, like you saw earlier, I will want to actually just drop in place. Sick panel grab right here on this wall. That is a lot harder than I just made it look.
It all is.
Yes, well, you know. So yeah, that's rewinding. I will also make heavy use of charge jumps. Oh, one more thing about rewinding I almost forgot is that if I rewind back to before I used my item, I will get my item back. We like to call this item recovery.
We just haven't really seen that because you have a feather.
Yeah,
which is
I
a little
would be
useless
using
right
it a lot more if I had a mushroom, but I do not.
Nice. Very specific setup.
Yep. But yeah, charge jumps, I used one there to get onto rails. Oh, messed that up. Let's try that again.
Rewind.
Thank you, rewind. Oh, this category would be so brutal and so much less fun if not for rewinds. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Whoa, I did not mean to get a drift there. So charge jump, this actually kind of ties into charge jumping, is done with the drift button. When I'm not holding a direction and I hold the drift button, that charges a jump. So what happened there was I was still holding a direction, so I got a drift instead. But yeah, you're going to see that used quite a bit. This actually has a funny interaction with smart steering. You may notice that I left smart steering on, and that is because specifically for an interaction, when you're driving into a wall, smart steering will try to stop you from bonking into that wall. And so you'll kind of slide around next to the wall. You need a certain amount of speed in order to be able to charge your jump. And sliding around next to a wall counts as having enough speed to charge your jump.
Just like that.
So I used it there for a minor optimization, but you'll see it again on the very next track right away. Something you'll also see right after that on the very next track, which is DK Spaceport, is what we call a quit warp. I did not mean to use that mushroom.
Well, what we'll also see is the Jack 3 glitch exhibition, because we did just meet it.
Nice.
Oh, that was really fast. Wow. Okay, good job, chat. That was really fast. Yes, so quit warping. I will literally pause the game and select quit free roam and then immediately mash plus to go back into free roam. So you're gonna see that here in just a few minutes. This serves two purposes. First, here is the smart steering jump again. This one is way more impactful. This actually saves multiple seconds. And then pause, quit free roam, and now I'm mashing plus. This cuts down on some backtracking there.
Yeah.
I misspoke earlier. There is one that serves two purposes. That one's not to Wario Stadium.
Every track has like a predefined place it puts you after you quit warp based on where you are. There aren't that many that are useful, like she said. This is one of them.
Yeah. And now is a good time to talk about items. So there are 5 items that I can get in single player free roam, and they are mushroom, triple mushroom, as you're seeing now, golden mushroom, star, and feather. Normally I want, well, triple mushroom and I need to lock in.
You're good.
Triple mushroom and golden mushroom are the best ones to get. Mushrooms look pretty good too. Star can be useful, and feather is just situationally useful. Feather is almost always the one I want the least.
And you see her getting her items back this time because we didn't get to see it earlier.
Yep. I do have to be careful that I don't rewind too far. If I rewind too far, then to before I got the item, then the item will be taken away from me.
Nice.
Okay. You know what? I might as well go for the wall ride, right?
Do it.
But I did not get it at all. And that's why...
What? Smart steering.
You know what? That was actually cooler.
Okay.
It was not what I wanted to do at all, but it was actually cooler. Okay, and now moving on to Whistle Stop Summit. There is a new type of item that is introduced in this level called the dash food. You'll see me pick up literally like a bag of food. This is a guaranteed speed item, little motion trick there. This speed item has 3 possibilities,
golden.
Small, medium, or large. Yeah, golden is a great item to get here. I got a medium one there. So that'll give me a boost of about 2 seconds. Large is about 3 seconds, small is about 1 second.
But because she got the golden mushroom, it's not even like necessary for this trick.
Doesn't actually end up mattering that much, but it's fine.
This glider has like a little bit of like what we may consider like a skip, I guess. Normally it can't make it all the way to this panel, but if you have enough speed boosting items, you can make it right there and get that panel. Very good RNG to get that. It is possible with like the worst combination of items, but it's much more difficult.
Oh yeah.
A big relief. The other effect of Dash Food is it would transform your character into a special outfit, but Parabitty Buddy is already perfect the way he is, so it doesn't matter.
This is true. I love this little guy. I've been like looking for merch at this event of Parabitty Bud, or like, so if you know of any, or if you're like making art of Parabitty, please send it to me. I'd love to see it. I've started to really like this little guy.
It does remind me real quick, if anybody wants to donate of your favorite Mario enemy, you should do that. There's way too many to count, honestly.
Yeah, go ahead. I imagine a lot of people will like Moo Moo.
That's true.
/ cow / whatever you want to call
him.
You may notice, by the way, that there is a lot of drifting and mini turbos. Those mechanics, of course, hold over from previous Mario Kart games. So when I have opportunities, I will be using that as well. Just if you drift long enough, you get a boost, is the very simple explanation for that. I basically always want to be doing something, whether it's drifting, mini turbos, tricking, grinding a rail, wall riding.
Speaking of rail riding, this course is really difficult. There's going to be a lot of rail riding and just a lot of unconventional stuff going on, so I imagine you want to lock in.
Yeah, I'll let you take over.
We have a quick little brake drift, which holds the B button. Get over here, don't trick. Nice.
I have to release brake at the right time and to hold it back on my stick just to make sure I get enough height there. So that was actually, that's another thing that's way harder than I just made it look.
has gone through a lot of changes just over the course of things, but in this variation, she goes all the way to the top immediately, gets this panel, and uses rewind to position herself completely perfectly for the next 3 panels. Just a little trick off to the left, land over here, And you know this part better than me.
All right, and now I'm gonna hold B to make sure I don't fly over this wall
Nice.
like I almost did. And now I'm gonna rewind and actually charge a mini turbo because now I do want to fly over the wall and get this panel.
Nice, that was really
That
good.
was super clean. I'm super happy with that. Okay, I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a break. You're gonna see a smart steering jump here, but Bobby Blackwolf, you can take it away for like 50 seconds or so.
Absolutely. We have a $10 donation from Super Monkey Vivi saying, "Go Helix! Much love to my favorite monkey baller and speedrunner. Cheering for you back home. Shout out to everyone at GDQ for another amazing year and trans rights."
Trans rights?
True.
That's sweet. Thank you, Vivi.
We have a $50 donation from Willow that says, "Some shells are red. This one is blue. You're in first place. It's coming for you."
Not in this run, thank goodness.
Yes.
One or two more.
And we have a $50 donation from Mans that says, "The carts have zoomies."
It's true.
Yeah, some are saying this. One more.
And we have a $25 donation from Luna Kark saying, "My favorite enemy is the Cataquack." Meow.
Ooh, good one.
Ooh, we'll see Cataquack later. It will happen.
Shout out to the Monkey Ball Speedrunners. Thanks, Luna. All right, Wario Stadium time. This is a very involved track. There's actually kind of a lot going on here. The first half of this track is just some really difficult routing and move. Whoa. See, that's what happens when you brake drift a little bit too hard. You brake drift too close to the sun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is our first instance
Don't really
of
do
a wall ride panel. Good. Those are very finicky, so
Especially that one. That jump
Yeah.
likes to not give me a trick. And then
any
just
any
goes.
wall ride panel can be very finicky. Whoa.
Speaking of things being finicky, I hate this crane. Enough speed? No.
Nah. Sometimes that crane, if you get like a little, like that, like a little pop up, it just takes all of your speed.
Yeah, this was doing this to me a little bit in practice too, so I'm not terribly. How did that not count? Come on. You know, I was saying a lot on my stream before I left that like
Nice.
these hitboxes for these panels are pretty generous, but
Except when they're not.
Oh, sometimes they actually aren't, and you're mad about it forever.
Here's our second instance of a quit warp, and the only other one, I believe.
Yes, so this is the quit warp that serves two purposes. So one is, of course, to just skip some travel time. The second one is because it resets the position of a forklift in Toad's factory.
And we gotta get our forklift certification.
Yes, exactly. There is also a tractor covering a panel on that track that is not affected by the quit warp. That's just a regular global cycle. So there are actually two cycles to watch. So we're gonna warp away to Toad's factory. I'm gonna turn
And hope for
around.
good RNG.
Yeah, hopefully I'm not late for my forklift certification exam.
Is
That doesn't. Yeah, it's gonna.
Watch out! Yeah! She got it!
That was like the latest I could possibly have
My
been.
goodness.
Actually, that was kind of ridiculous. Here's that forklift I was talking
You're
about.
not late for your forklift certification.
I'm not. And so yeah, because of that quit warp I did earlier, that forklift is always in a pretty good spot for me to bounce up to this layer and get that panel.
Nice.
Okay. By the way, you might have noticed my movement on the map screen. I'm always going to a track that's closest to where I am, that just to minimize the amount of time actually spent on the map screen. I also zoom out when moving the cursor. It moves at the same speed regardless of your zoom level. So if you're zoomed out, then it will just you cover more ground basically. Okay, and over to Chaco Mountain. This has the silliest trick in the run that is called Willy Bonka.
It makes sense. Basically, we accidentally found this during our casual playthrough of the game. We were doing split screen searching for all the panels, and I couldn't find the last panel. And I just drove off a wall and bonked into another wall and landed directly on a panel.
I was gonna say, you say we, this was you. I didn't really do anything.
We were both playing.
Sure.
And then somebody else in the speedrunning community found it and said, we should use this. I was like, no way. And here it is, Willy Bonka. It's called that because we're on Chaco Mountain, and hopefully, nice.
It's so silly. It's
very silly.
I have to make sure that I slow down enough. I have to make sure to turn my cart, because if I don't turn my cart, then smart steering kicks in and I don't get a bonk at all. I just kind of slide past the billboard. It's very strange. But it's such a silly trick. I've come to love it. It's pretty difficult, but now that I've gotten consistent at it, it's pretty fun. On the Peach Stadium, things toned down a little bit. There's still like a lot of tricks, but I'm gonna let Bobby Blackwolf take over for the next couple of tracks.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, congratulations. Thank you, everybody, for getting that Jack 3 glitch exhibition. Y'all are going to love that in the next run. But how about this for right now? We have a $20 donation from Captain Yoshi, who has a little verse for you.
Okay.
Mario Kart World is really fun. Yoshi is my number one. I hope we have some fun watching this run, and now we're done.
That is how it goes.
Yeah.
We did get some favorite enemies. So we have a $50 donation from Kenners that says, blessed with a Helix run, favorite Mario enemy is Chain Chomp.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
$5 donation from Damon Viking saying, my favorite Mario enemy is the Gushin, specifically because of Brian David Gilbert. If you know, you know. Also,
I'm a knower.
trans rights.
Trans rights.
Keep them coming.
We have a $50 donation from The Sound Defense saying, my favorite Mario enemy, both to see and to say, is Blarg.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. Bernard donates $10 to PCF saying, my favorite Mario enemy is Spike, that green fellow who vomits giant spiked orbs.
Oh,
okay, I didn't know if that was going to come back or not on this one.
Wow, that was
You're good.
very strange. Okay, go on.
We have Robert donates $5 saying, got to shout out my favorite Mario enemy and Smash character, Piranha Plant.
So I bounced on the zebra over the panel. I also just peeked the mic a lot. I'm sorry.
Favorite Mario enemy, Zebra. Sorry.
Zebra. That's mine now.
This run is getting away from me, but it's getting away from me in a really funny way, so I'm not even mad.
Continue.
So Robert's is favorite Mario enemy and Smash character, Piranha Plant. Good luck on the run.
A little insane.
That's so funny. Okay.
Probably have time for one more, right?
Yeah, probably two more.
Okay, so we have Tyler donated $10, asking a question. Help me settle a debate with my friends in the crowd. Blue Cataquack or red Cataquack?
Blue.
Blue.
Red Cataquack is called Plungello. That's a different enemy.
Ooh. Ew.
I just read these.
One more.
All right, we have Crystal OR donated $100 to PCF,
Ooh.
saying shout out to my favorite Mario Kart racer, King Boo, because he is perfection.
It's true.
I'll give you that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I picked the Dapper Boo, the one with the monocle on the top hat.
That one's really good too. Okay. The end of this track is actually quite involved. So we're going up to the top of this dome where the last panel is, which I think is super cool, actually.
We got a little jump panel here.
Yep.
Those jump panels I hate.
So I am going to slow down a bit here and then start a drift and then use my momentum while I'm drifting to carry me over this gap and then get caught by this rail and then get to that panel.
That was actually like the faster rail. Usually you go on the right rail.
That drift there helps out too because it kind of angles our cart in such a way that allows the rail to catch us. Great question block ruins is...
Question mark panels?
No
Sorry.
way. This track is very unorthodox. There are a couple really weird things, and it's just a bit spread out because of a bunch of the floating islands. So I have to slow down here. So I fall down right here. Get this panel. Okay. Now I just have to be a bit careful with my positioning just to make sure I don't like misjudge a jump or something. I also want to make sure I don't overshoot this pipe. We are going to skip the last pipe that I would normally go through. So I'm going to go through this one.
It was
I need
honestly
to make
a very
sure,
difficult try.
Yes, need to make sure not to trick to manage my speed. Tap left right here, and then just start spamming right tricks. Hold brake. Hopefully this works. Got
Nice.
it.
That is very difficult.
Okay. It also looks really weird.
A little bit. All right, Cata launch. We're going to see Cataquack, I promise.
All right, yeah, I'll go for Cata
Go
launch.
do the Cata launch.
I don't know if it actually saves time, but it's fun.
It's a quote-unquote trick that I found where you get hit by Cataquack. Oh, he's in bad position.
It's fine.
But you don't lose speed and you can trick off of him. It's the Cata launch. See, they love it. They validate me.
By the way, that was the first instance of a mid-track map warp. I just map warped back to Peach Beach to get back to the starting line. Just, again, that's another thing that just skips some backtracking. It's faster than rewinding. Hi, Toad. Okay. Star here is the worst possible item I could get. That means I'm actually going to have to charge a jump to help me with this jump. Hopefully I get this. I should have practiced this.
That was very close, but nice. And the pipe should, yeah, you're good.
All right,
okay.
That was actually really tricky.
Yeah, if any other items you could make it.
Yes, I wanted a mushroom or a feather because that makes that jump way easier. Because I got a star, that meant I had to do a charge jump. Cool. All right, on to Salty Salty Speedway. This is the first of the two extremely difficult tracks. In my opinion, the hardest tracks in the run.
Nice.
I held away from the wall there so that I wouldn't start a wall ride. That Toad is directly in my way. That's really unfortunate. The NPCs just kind of do that sometimes. Sometimes they'll just get in your way, and that's how it is. There's some other really cool stuff coming up, but first I gotta take a quick detour, go to the side here to get this panel. I've been trying to find a better way to route this panel in, and I haven't come up with anything.
So yeah, the rest of it is really cool.
All right, so trick here, trick here, trick here. Object boost off this pillar, land in a wall ride. Let the wall ride end, and there we go. All right, that just skips going around. And now I have a mushroom here for the last jump.
Oh,
I overshot.
But rather do that than not make it. That
Yeah.
used to be a very infamous jump, but having a mushroom makes it a lot easier.
Yep.
Good luck with this.
Overall, that was good. All right, cheap, the hardest one. This tree is awful, and it's entirely my fault. I found this strat I maybe should not have. Nailed it, though.
Nice. If you see any strat that looks evil and messed up, it's probably her fault.
It's probably my fault. Sorry, but I'm kind of not, because look, it's fast.
It's cool.
So I'll take it. This seam is not off-road for some reason, so I take advantage of that. I'm going to do a really cool double wall ride right here.
It really is a 3D platformer.
Yeah. Get a couple of tricks here. Sometimes I'll shake my controller to trick, just because it kind of helps with the timing of some of them. I need to make sure I slow down here. If I have too much speed going into this glider, I will fly right past where I need to be. I want to get right in here.
Nice.
Make sure to manage my speed, get on this rail. Oh, I didn't have enough speed there. I jumped a little bit too early. That'll be fine.
That made you
there we go.
bonk.
Okay.
That was weird.
That was a little strange. Overall, pretty good cheap. I'm happy with that.
It's time for Mad Maldos.
Yeah. So this is the one time in which I actually want a feather. We'll see if I get it.
And if you don't get it, then you're mad. And that's why it's called that.
Yep.
Whoa, Spike. whoever said Spike was their favorite enemy earlier, there you go.
Yep.
He showed up for you.
He showed up. All right.
Don't mash.
Yes. You can end the roulette early. No feather. You can end the roulette early by tapping the item button, and I have a tendency to accidentally mash. I think I did it earlier in this run. And if you're mashing too much, then you'll accidentally use the item, which obviously it's not usually a good thing.
Feather would save a few seconds here. You wouldn't have to go out of your way to this area.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
It's not the end of the world.
Nice.
All right, on to the quickest track, Mario Circuit. This one actually also might be the most punishing.
It's also a little bit my fault.
Yeah.
All because I hated the jump panel.
We collaborated on this route.
This was a collab.
Yeah, you theorized it, and then I actually made it faster.
All just because I didn't want to use that jump panel that I had trouble with, and I made it harder.
Do I have enough speed?
You're fine.
I'm not fine.
My bad.
I think I have to retry this
one
now.
If you go through a pipe and try to rewind, you can't rewind past the pipe, basically. If you've taken a pipe, you can't rewind to before the pipe, and that strat is entirely dependent on the lift you get from coming out of this pipe.
Yeah. It's weird. There we go. That's a little better.
You should make it now, yeah.
Now I made it. Okay. Yeah, that's super tough. And then I have to slow down here just to make sure I can get this panel, rewind, back up, make sure I'm holding A, so I make sure I'm accelerating, grab this item, hope that it is something good. It's something bad. That was a bad use of that feather. Yeah, I should have saved it for the end, but it is what it is.
You have to do a charge jump now. Everybody loves those. Yeah.
All right. There we go. Dandelion Depths this one flows super well. It's also one of the shortest ones. There are no rewinds in this if I do it correctly.
It is very cool looking.
It's just a masterclass in minor optimizations and just fun routing. Yeah, like that.
And we get to see our buddies. Look in the bottom right, Parrot Bitty Buddies.
They're cheering them on.
I wish we could play in the different colors like they are.
Yeah, me too.
Green Parrot Bitty Buddy.
I mean, Nintendo, if you're watching and you want to patch the game and just, add some fun colors, I wouldn't mind.
Nice, barely got that panel.
All right, I got to slow down for this turn. Fall right here. Really?
Yeah, wall ride panels, as we said.
Really? I'm actually that one's gonna go over too. That one makes sense, but the first one shocked me.
The infamous wall ride panel.
That's what happened to me. There we go.
Maybe you get the strat?
Not really.
Pretty good.
You can re-engage a wall ride at the right time, and it kind of flings you toward the last panel. It's very difficult timing-wise.
Speaking of jank wall rides.
Yeah, this is the original weird wall ride.
The week one run killer.
Yeah, for real. There's a wall ride panel in here that was so inconsistent until I believe it was iSalad found a setup to, make it consistent. That will come up in a little bit. First, I'm going to use my mushroom here to cut through the off-road. I'm really glad I got a mushroom and not a feather there. Feather would have been sad. All right, rewind. All the way back up. And now I'm going to charge a jump, make sure to release it before this wooden ramp. And that means I will always be at the right angle to get this panel. Another feather.
Okay, it looks cool though because of the trees.
Yep. That was kind of intentional. I think it's kind of fast.
But it looks cool.
It does look cool. Speaking of things that look cool, if you like cool jumps, you're going to really enjoy the start of the shipyard.
I can't believe this one is even possible.
Yeah, we thought this one wouldn't be RTA viable until I kind of brute forced it.
Again, blame
right
her.
through the window.
Nice. That one's really difficult.
Oh, it's raining. It's actually coin rain. That's kind of rare.
Watch out!
This also isn't good. The rain is bad RNG because rain lowers my traction.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This is.
It's gone. Oh.
No, it's.
Is it? I can't tell.
I can't.
No, it's not gone.
It's. The rain radius is really weird. It's like whenever it rains, it's like a really small radius. I don't know. It's strange. I got a really good item here though, so.
Nice. This will just help with the jumps.
Yeah, for sure. There's a jump at the end of this that is difficult if I don't have a mushroom, but I have a mushroom, so that makes it easier and faster.
Nice.
Cool. And on to Sky High Sunday. Gonna immediately turn around, trick off of here. Get on
Be careful of these pipes. Whoa.
That was actually intentional, so that I would land
Oh my
a little bit closer to that panel.
Well, I guess you don't need to be careful of the pipes if you just do that.
Yes, well, you do. Yeah, the pipes, if you haven't noticed, the pipes have a very large activation range. So sometimes you will enter a pipe when you really do not want to enter a pipe.
And you can't rewind past it.
Yeah, you can't rewind past it. Pipes are generally just really slow. Sometimes they'll take you a place you really don't want to be. And so it's often very bad if you enter a pipe you do not mean to enter. So this pipe, I definitely do want to enter.
Yeah. You can tell how far away she was and the pipe's still activated.
Yeah. All right, and on to Starview Peak. There is a really inconsistent trick that I'm going to do at the beginning of this. I'm sorry for finding this. This one sucks.
You should be.
This is the only one that I've kind of given up on making it consistent.
But you got it.
Of course it works there.
Because you haven't gotten it in practice for a while.
I haven't. I didn't even get it in my world record earlier. Cool, I'll take it. Another mid-track map warp to go back to the start. I'm going to get an item here, basically for the rest of the run. The items I want to see, really anything that isn't a feather. Mushrooms would be great. Star is fine. Just please not a feather, especially on Acorn Heights. Star is fine. But yeah, Bobby Blackwolf, you can more or less take it away until we get to the last track.
All right. Well, we have a $5 donation from Shama Miles saying trans rights, lefts, forwards, rewinds, ups, downs, and most importantly, trans whatever direction gets parabitty to those panels fastest. Good luck, have fun to all, and I love booze.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Thank you, Miles.
We do have a $50 donation from Anvil that says, let's go, Helix. May you only get feathers exactly when you need them.
Oh, okay.
I wish. Thanks, Anvil.
We have a $25 donation from I Swimfly saying, so glad to see you running this category on the big stage. Best of luck, and may the item boxes be kind to you.
Nope, they aren't. Thank you, though.
Womp womp.
Non-binary code donated $25 to PCF saying, I see Helix, I can't help but donate. She was how I discovered not only are there trans and non-binary speedrunners out there, but there are so many of them and amazing communities. And anyway, thank you, Helix. You're awesome. P.S. Trans rights?
It's really good to hear from you, MB Code. Thank you. That actually means a lot. Wow, I can't express how much that means to hear you say that. Thank you. Really quick, I'm going to jump in the start of Acorn Heights. There's a really precise jump. Nailed it. I've gotten really good at that one.
I don't like that one.
It's tough if you don't know the timing. I really dialed in the timing. And then another map warp. And there's a big, long off-road section coming up. So if I get a feather, I'm going to be really sad because feather can't negate off-road like the other items
Careful
can.
what you wish for.
All right, back to you, Bobby.
Millions Like Us donates $100 to saying, Mario Kart World, my beloved racing game. Drive to beat cancer. And we have a $25.99 donation from Lily Moding saying, tuning in for the world's cutest, fastest DoorDash driver, Parabitty Bud. Let's go, Bingus.
Bingus?
Bingus?
That's what I just read them. The Master DS.
We know.
Inside joke.
The Master DS donated $20 to PCF saying, Parabitty Bub hype.
Hype?
True.
I love the Parabitty Bug, although when I play them, I drive in the Parabitty Buggy. Good luck.
Fair. Gonna really quick. Oh, I was dangerously close to going into that pipe.
It may not have looked like it,
that was
but
terrifying.
it will happen to you.
It will happen to you if you try this category, which you should. Probably like 2 or 3 more-ish.
All right, $25 from Danda Noodles. Had to look at it again. Triple mushrooms, let's go.
Yeah.
And I Am Keith donated $25 saying, oh, hey, this run looks familiar. Shoutouts to Helix and Fastest Furs.
All right, give me one more.
$50 from Tammy that just says, let's go, Helix.
Let's go, Tammy.
It's true.
All right, thank you all so much for your generosity, and thank you all so much in the crowd, everyone who has taken interest in this category. It's definitely been a labor of love, so I appreciate you all being here for this. Here is the very last track. Somewhat fittingly, it is Bowser's Castle. That's just how the routing worked out, honestly. I didn't really mean for this to be the last one, but the routing worked out as such, and I'm certainly not complaining because it's cool. So a little rewind there. I want to make sure to land on that rail. Watch out for the spike balls. Do not trick here because I will overshoot. Cheeky little wall ride right here, and then I'm just going to go into this pipe, and the rest of this is pretty straightforward. Time is coming up relatively soon.
You used to get a trick boost coming out of a pipe if you tricked into it, but last patch they got rid of it.
Yeah,
we would have had something to talk about.
I don't know why they
know.
changed that. It's weird. Anyway, time is now. Gotta check that I get all 150 panels.
Yeah!
It would have been really funny if that said 149. But that's all 150 question mark panels in under half an hour. Wow. This means a lot to me. Normally, I'm up here running Monkey Ball or something kind of silly. But this was kind of a new experience for me because, like I said, we routed this together right after this game came out. And this was kind of my first time taking a category from its conception to a GDQ stage. I kind of sped ran that too, and this game isn't very old, but it's super cool. So thank you, Games Committee, for giving me the chance to do this. It's super cool. It means a lot to be able to do this, especially with my partner as well. And also shout out to everyone who helped this come together, everyone who worked on the route for this. iSalad, Spooky Spoon, Quo, Yonafon, Nintendo, who has the Jack run coming up, and recently a pianist as well has been helping out. If you want to get into this run, I highly recommend it. It's a really digestible length. There are 2 tutorials out there, one by Quo, that's good for newer players, and then one by me that gets into the advanced strats. If you enjoyed this and you want to see more of me, you can find me on Twitch at helix13_. That's also my YouTube. And you can find me on Blue Sky at helix.midwestspeedfest.com. Really quick, going to shout out a couple of friends. Elena, of course, Vivi, Miles, SSK, Jaxler. I wouldn't be here right now without the support from all of you. I really appreciate all of you. And then shout out to Lightning Round, GDQ Hotfix. If I had a nickel for every Hotfix showrunner that was up on the stage today alone, I would have at least 4 nickels, which is not a lot, but it's more than I would expect. I host Parallel Universe. It's about community-created content. That's 10 p.m. every other Friday. Please support GDQ Hotfix. We do cool stuff all the time. Shout out to Midwest Speed Fest. Submissions are open right now, by the way. Shout out to the Monkey Ball community. I appreciate you all. That's basically how I got my start. I wouldn't be here without you all. Play Mario Mon.
Yeah!
I am going to get off this stage and go get some rest. Shout out to all my fellow staff and volunteers, everyone working behind the scenes, and shout out to all of you for being here for this. That's a lot of people. Oh my goodness. Thank you all for being here to watch the silly little category that we came up with in our apartment. That's awesome. Wow, okay. I'm going to get out of here so we can continue more awesome speedruns. Trans rights.